also see our game publishers being more innovative, how they're using AI.
It's all coming together.
Exactly, from
the ad
creative
experience.
design to coding to how they're designing the overall experience together with ads. And I see immersive in-game ads, the perfect place to start with. Imagine that every item within your game design can be an ad placement. And you can basically design the ad experience blended inside
inside.
Yeah.
Most publishers are still relying on the same old ad formats they've always used. It feels safe, it feels familiar, but it can leave money on the table and it can impact player trust. Looking at this topic, I caught up with Google to talk about immersive in ad games and how ads show up for players, and also why hybrid monetization is gaining ground. And remember, this episode is part of Player First Perspectives. It's a mini-series here on Mobile Groove, powered by App Harbor. The conversation starts here, but it continues inside the Player First Collective on Slack. That's a channel that you can join in the conversation, and the links are in the show notes. This is Mobile Groove. This is Google App Summit. It is the event. It's a happening. What can I say? And when you're a happening, you connect with all the people, and I'm excited to connect with you, Fatma, because you are not only looking at partnerships, which means you're working really closely together with the partners, with the publishers. So it's a great opportunity to connect with you and hear about the trends you're seeing as well. So, we'll be hearing about a lot at this event, but what stands out for you? Like, what is the most overrated or underrated trend in the industry? We'll take overrated first.
Overrated.
Yeah, overrated.
The overrated trend will be maybe relying a bit too much on the traditional formats.
Okay.
I've been in the industry for nearly a decade now, on the monetization side at least. Interesting to see that the publishers will be sticking to the same format. Same experience. They just don't want to, they're really hesitant to change things and try out new things. And in terms of underrated one, I would say our recent immersive in-game, ads.
Yeah.
So they're really future-looking, I would say. They look super blended in the game. They can design as much as they want to, and also the experience itself just blends in the game.
And gamers are there for the experience.
Exactly,
right?
and it's not disruptive.
Yeah,
they're just in the game with the flow.
Okay.
And obviously lately now AI is even more hyped in the gaming industry, and obviously Google is not new in AI. Like, we are working on AI more than 20 years now.
Yes.
And all this, from how we are running our auctions to how we are designing this new style formats, it's all in the core of the, our infrastructure. So now we also see our game publishers being more innovative, how they're using AI.
It's all coming together.
Exactly, from creative design to coding to how they're designing the overall experience together with ads. And I see immersive in-game ads, the perfect place to start with.
Well, it is something that, I'm in the industry writing about it for a long time. So it's exciting to know that it's has arrived. But for everyone who maybe can't quite get their head around it, what does the experience look like? What's so exciting about an immersive ad?
So I think maybe just to give a super basic example is that imagine that every item within your game design can be an ad placement. So it can be the menu page, or maybe it's a car racing that you have billboards in the game, or you just had a pause and you popped up a screen. So any kind of spot could be an ad placement, and you can basically design the ad experience blended inside.
Yeah. What about the actual experience itself? I mean, is it a little bit more interesting, engaging because of AI. Maybe there's like like an ad that's going to fit not just the placement and the format, but like the player as well.
So for player, I think the best thing is that it's not disturbing the experience. It won't be pausing your game or the experience. It will be within the flow. And also, obviously, how we are running all the auctions and how we are showing the ads, we're leveraging first-party data, so it's customized and very relevant to the user.
Very custom, very tailored. That's the immersive ad. And the other thing that's also important, because the publisher, the advertiser wants to be a part of this. Brands want to be a part of games. It's going to happen. It's happening already. What does that look like when that all comes together? How do you imagine how these ads and ad formats and experiences are going to evolve?
Obviously, I think brands are becoming even more careful about how their brands are used, within any experience. So once again, immersive in-game ads, when we look at the demand owners, it's really premium, high quality advertisers, because they really care how their ads look like within the game, right?
Right.
So, but when we look at today's trends, it's also a bit unfortunate to see that still low quality is a thing.
Yeah.
You will be ending up in many of the games, you're enforced to land in the Play Store. You lose.
That's the ad quality part.
Exactly. You lose where you are. Where is the exit button? Is there an exit button, right?
Yes.
So that's still an issue, unfortunately. And it's, as Google, that's still our top priority to enable the best experience, both for the user and the advertiser.
Because ad quality is going to matter. It's not just, as we heard before earlier, it's about user retention. It's definitely about the user experience. But as we have more immersive ads and more exciting types of ad formats, it's also about the brand.
Yeah.
The brand safety, that all has to fit together there.
Yeah.
So we talked about the ad quality and we talked about the quality of the experience. But what are some of the red flags that publishers, advertisers, that people in the ecosystem need to be aware of, or that you have top of mind? Because you're thinking about a growing market, but we're also talking about a growing trend to more engaging ads.
Yeah. So especially when the lifespan of the game is shorter, like hyper casual kind of game genres, our publishers are obviously, and we understand where it's coming from, they want to maximize, the potential, the revenue, whatever is there possible.
Yes.
Then it comes back to, a bit of disturbing, too frequent, low quality, not relevant ads for the users. They usually think that it's okay, but when the users are exposed to this, over again and again, and obviously that leads to churn.
Yes,
that really harms their retention.
Yes.
Yeah. And even for short lifespan games, now it's really the key thing to balance it well. Obviously, we have lots of tools that they can segment the users based on the countries. We know there are some users who are more resistant to ads,
Yes.
And you need to know which users are the right audience for you and how you should be approaching them.
Yes.
So the red flag to me is still the ad quality. And I think overall, both users and publishers should not be okay with that. Yes, maybe for short term, it might be bringing them some sort of revenue uplift, but on the long run, they're harming their,
and
brand.
We've seen the data. The churn, the retention.
Yeah.
And also, if you think about the ad formats, now that we're moving so much and seeing rewarded as an acquisition channel, there's a lot to be concerned about there as well, because there's going to be a lot more video. There have to be the right lengths. They have to be the right segmentation, the right targeting.
Exactly.
It just won't be what it was before.
No, it's changing, especially again on all those aspects, and now leveraging AI even more, from creatives to targeting to localization. Obviously, segmentation is key, and while you're doing that, you should always keep in mind the quality aspect of it.
So we talked about quality, we talked about how to keep users coming back, and what role that plays. It's going to be the experience and the quality. So you've been in this for a while, Fatma. You are an OG, I think, in AdMon. You told me, what is it, a decade that you've been doing?
A decade in monetization, 2
Wow.
decades in mobile industry.
Okay, so there, come on, Fatma. Then you know it. So I'd love to hear it. Where are you going to put your money as a bet, right? Because we look at the monetization models and we've seen them all. There's ad-supported, right? There's IAP. Subscription coming on strong, even in gaming. I've seen that as well. So place your money, make your bet. Which monetization model do you see coming out, say, in the next 2-3 years on top?
Okay, that's the hard pick, but I would say
Okay.
betting on one wouldn't be the most smart thing to do, you know?
Probably not.
So I would say hybrid.
But a new type of hybrid, not the one we have right now.
100%, yeah.
Okay.
And if we look at the absolute dollar figure, I think IAP will be still dominating.
Yeah.
However, the ads portion of it will be increasing. So the best model will still be, you know, again, back to segmentation, back to the formats, right?
Yeah.
Who is doing it right hybrid model will be the winner. So I would bet on hybrid if it's okay.
Makes total sense because games are mass media. When brands get involved, when publishers see that they need to have quality to engage as the user and the advertiser, that makes sense. It's a new type of hybrid. I think you have something there.
Yeah, definitely.
Anytime with you, Fatma. It was such a pleasure, may I say.
Same here. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming to Dublin. It's a pleasure to meet you too.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.